Good evening, Sunshine Coast, and welcome to episode 3 of Local Focus. I'm your host, Darren, and I'm from Digital Barista, where I serve up freshly brewed content strategies, tips and tricks to help small business owners and entrepreneurs get started with live streaming. And tonight we've got a special guest in the studio, and if we got Jimmy from Fineline Men's Grooming. How you going, Jimmy?
Yeah, I'm going well. Good evening, everybody.
Yeah, welcome to the studio.
Thank you. I would like to extend my appreciation and gratitude for having me here tonight.
Yeah, no problem at all, mate. It's it's good to have someone local. Like I'm a blah local, so I wanted to sort of start close to home and sort of bring someone in, and probably even more so because I might have mentioned it last night, but Jimmy's my barber. And you might be looking at me going, well, this guy's a bit follically challenged, but obviously I've got the beard going on. And so Jimmy's my man to look after the beard and get me on the right track. So just introduce yourself, Jimmy, and tell us a little bit more about your business and how you got started.
Yeah, okay, then good evening once again, everybody. My name is Jimmy. I'm a Kiwi. Hopefully that was obvious, but yeah, I'm a Kiwi. I've been in Australia now for 8 years. I've been on the Sunshine Coast in Bly here for the last 3 years. The end of January 2018, me and my wife Natalia moved up here, and I'm a barber. I've been a barber now for closer to 30 years. I started cutting hair in the back of the hall, in the back of the gym at lunchtime, back at high school, about 1992. So I'm pretty passionate about what I do, and I'm lucky enough to enjoy what I do. And with this craziness, if you like, that we've been through in the last 12 months, it has given me the opportunity to start what we're doing here in Blah and being a part of it.
And so that's a local, so that's your own sort of home-based business as well?
Yes, it is. We operate from home. I have a cool little studio set up in our driveway here in Blah. So yeah, based at home.
It's interesting, like, I'm talking about doing live streaming, and how I sort of came across Jimmy. It was actually probably that first video that you did.
Yes.
When you did that sort of thank you to sort of when you were opening up.
Yeah, the appreciation post, yes.
Yeah, and it was just, I thought, I was looking at my beard going, yeah, this isn't looking real flash. And Jimmy will attest to that. When we got into the studio, he sort of said, yeah, what did you call them? Some curtain flaps, I think.
Yeah, they look like curtains to me. We had about the length that we have here now, but you were cutting up under into it, so it was very see-through. So
that's it. Yeah. So it's looking a whole lot better now.
Yeah, definitely. And, we're starting to get full, which is nice. Progress.
So tell me about your philosophy, because it's a little bit different. Like, and let me explain that. Is back in the day when I used to go to the barber or the hairdresser,
yes,
it was bang, you'd be in, and they'd be straight into the chair, you'd be away you go, and not a whole lot of conversation, just awkward conversation. And then when I turned up to your salon, you call it a salon or a shop?
I like to call it a studio.
A studio?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's cool.
Yep.
I'm cool with that. So I turned up to the studio, and great prices as well. I won't talk about those now, but cool. But I think probably the first 10, 15 minutes, you didn't even raise a pair of scissors or
no.
So tell us a little bit about that, because that was interesting for me, and it's probably what got me to come back.
Yeah, nice. So for me, myself, I wanted to model our business, structure our business model around, first and foremost, service. So for me, I'm not doing what I do for the money. I'm not money motivated at all. For me, I think if I focus on my service and make people feel significant, the money will come. You know what I mean? But I'm not solely motivated by that. So I like to think the barbershop is the sort of place where a man can come, sit, get a haircut, and talk about anything. Yep. Bar two things, politics and religion, I keep saying. But I think from my viewpoint, I think what lacks from a lot of people that are in services, whether it's what I do, hospitality, retail, customer service, what I think that lacks from a lot of people and sets me apart from them is substance. making people feel like they're significant, making people feel like they're a part of a collective. I'm not just a 12-minute barber.
Yep.
I mean, there's plenty of places where you go to and they will spit you out in 12 minutes, but there's no substance behind that.
Yeah.
So for me, I focus on my service and make people feel significant, because I can cut your hair once or I can do your beard once. That's easy, but the trick is to get these guys to come back. So I think for most businesses, I think it's about getting the numbers in, cool, and then once you've got the numbers, it's about retention. Yeah, and then for someone like myself, then it's frequency. So getting them in, getting them to keep coming in, and then getting them to come in more often.
That's it.
You know what I mean? So I think that's how I've structured what we're doing.
And I guess an important part about getting those customers, like you say in the first place, is a lot of it. If you're on that sort of slow burn, it's probably going to be word of mouth. Is the predominant one, and that's one of the best ones. There's no doubt,
especially
about
on the Sunshine Close. It's been very much a
definitely
big factor.
I guess what sort of struck me and why I thought, well, I'll give Jimmy a call, and see how we go, was the fact that I did see your video, and rather than see an ad for a barbershop or something like that, I saw the person. And I was actually, even though you weren't talking specifically to me, I could have interpreted that as you were having that conversation with me. Yeah. So I think that's where perhaps a lot of people underestimate the value of what we're sort of doing here, is the power of that, just having a chat, having a conversation, and that's what your video was about. It wasn't, you weren't pitching anything. It was just an appreciation post and just people understanding who you are.
And that's it. I think that's what's worked for me in particular, that full transparency. You see me for who I am. There's no filters, or there's no dressing up of who I am. And I think that has resonated for a lot of people. Because I'm coming at the same level as everybody else, right? So, and I think that once again trickles into the service that I provide. Making people, I can't say it enough, just making people feel significant, especially in these uncertain times that we've been through. That, I think that's in our human nature to have connection, connection.
And I've been harping on about this for a while. Connection is one of the strongest things that you can create with an audience.
Oh man! Well, whether they're right here with you or looking through the camera, man. If they can't connect to you, then it does make it a little bit harder. Yeah, it does make it a bit harder, I think.
And I think that's probably what came across in your video, because it wasn't rehearsed or anything like that. No. Is
pretty unfiltered and transparent? Yeah, definitely.
Well, and the word I use for that is authentic.
Thank you, man.
And that's what I like to see, and I think that's what. Live video, particularly like what we're doing now.
Nice.
There's nothing scripted here. We haven't got the teleprompter. I've got the teleprompter on the shelf over there, so nothing's being scripted here.
Yeah, and I like it.
I didn't even tell you what questions I was going to ask you.
No.
So it's really just about being authentic, and by doing so, you will attract your ideal audience.
But I think what a lot of people's issues are who are watching this is that putting yourself into a place of vulnerability, right? Because you've never done this sort of stuff before, and I haven't really done much of it before, but I'm a bit of an extrovert, but then at the same time, it's about being comfortable with being uncomfortable. I keep saying that. So the more you do, I like this one. The more you do, the more you can do.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. The more you do, the more you can do.
Yeah, definitely. And it's just about, like you're saying, being vulnerable and not really sort of giving too much of a stuff about what people would think.
There's a market for everything, man. I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but you know what? Sometimes I think I'm a mochaccino. So, hey, you know what I mean? So if you just focus on you, but I think focusing on the service, believing in what you do, and just I mean, what else do you need? Really believing in what you do and providing a good service
Trust
to
the
back
process.
that up. Trust
Yeah,
the process.
that's
Don't have a time limit on it. Don't put don't limit yourself to, I need to do this by that time.
Yep.
I just say I need to do this, and when it comes, it comes.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to stress it. I'm not going to sweat what I can't control.
Yeah, cool. And so how do people what's the best way for people to get in touch with you?
So the best way to get at us, Natalia and myself, is through our Facebook page, Fineline Men's Grooming,
And we
on
have
Facebook.
got that.
I think we've got a link
got
there
that.
somewhere.
I'll pop the link in the comments as well when we're off.
awesome.
But, we've got it there on the screen.
We're using the Facebook platform at the moment. I'm a bit hesitant and reluctant to use a booking app just yet, because for us because I'm doing business from home, so I get to screen some of the I get to screen everybody that I'm looking at. With a booking app, I feel like anybody that can just come in, and because we're doing business from home, I would like to be a little bit more in control of that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So just a safe net, our house and everything like that.
So as a Fineline Men's Grooming, what are the services that you cover off?
So we look, man, whether you're three months old or 300 years old, man, I can do everything pretty much. We do haircuts, we do shaves, I don't do any washing of hair or anything like that, but we do provide complimentary drinks, hot towel services after every service. And I pretty much do all barbering services, cutthroat shaves, whatever you want.
And so part of that as well, and we'll talk about this a little bit, is that you do have a range of products that you stock as well.
Yep.
And what was interesting, because as you would know, and you've worked in high volume sort of barber environments before, it's all about the upsell.
Yeah, you see, and that's an interesting one when you talk about that selling. I don't like to sell. Yep. I always say to people, I don't like to sell. I like to educate. The amount of people who don't even know which way they're meant to be combing their hair, it surprises me. So it's more about educating people what they can use, what sort of styles they should be pushing themselves into, the products that can go with that. So I don't try to sell anything to you. I try to educate you what works for you, and then you can make a more informed choice on what you want to walk away with.
Absolutely,
I never want to sell anything, so I have a different approach about everything, but I think that works for me.
Excellent. So if we'll just have a look at a couple of those products there. We've got up
cool.
on the screen now.
So tonight I brought along. I am a merchant for Uppercut Deluxe. They make pomades, and so pomades. These are water-based pomades products, both of them. This is a matte pomade here by Uppercut, and this is what they call the deluxe pomade here. And this is a wet look pomade, and this is a dry look pomade, obviously. So they are both water soluble products as well, so they have a very good hold, but they wash out easily. I only stock 3 brands: Uppercut, Ruzel, which is a Netherlands or Holland based product that come from out of the Netherlands. I back this product 100%. I back all my products 100%, but I can only sell, there goes that word again. I can only provide products, how about that I believe in. So for me, it's Uppercut, there's Ruzel, these are Ruzel's versions of, this is their fiber. It's good for textured style cuts and things like that, or that won't set hard like a pomade will. This is their version of a matte pomade, Ruzel here. Very good. Once again, these are all water soluble products as well. So these are very traditional products. Pomades have been around for a very, very long time. Very, very long time. But these days, a lot more of the products are going more your textured, dry, natural kind of looks.
Okay.
So a lot of people are turning to things like a styling powder here. So this is Uppercut's version of a styling powder. It's kind of more like a dust or powder, that you apply, and you work down into the roots, and then that gives the feel of a product without it feeling like a product.
Right. Yeah.
So look of a product without feeling like a product.
Yeah.
And then for my bearded gentlemen out here, I am very much an advocate of the bearded chap stuff here. The bearded chap, I back this stuff 100%. I've been using the bearded chap stuff for about 8 years now. It just does what it should do. All natural products, everything from hemp seed oil, jojoba, grape seed, almond seed oil. So it's all really, really good stuff here.
Definitely.
The balms, I use a balm on my beard every day. And then I would use a beard oil 1 to 2 times a week whenever I'm not using the balm. And then the beard wash, well, say no more, it washes beards. But it's a very, it's not like, because with beard washers, they're a little bit more gritty.
Yeah, okay.
A little bit more gritty.
Yep.
So, yeah.
They, and I can advocate for the product because I did end up getting some beard balm from you, and and I got some other product. I'm not going to mention names for and the balm that came with that pack. It just didn't quite sort of sit well with me, and so I think it's like what you say is that you will find something, and I like the fact that it's all natural and it's and it does. It's got a nice sort of scent. It's not an overpowering scent.
Definitely. Yeah.
And it does exactly what you say it does.
Yeah, and that's once again like I didn't push a product in you. I just educated you on what and you were good because when I first asked you what was the goal with your beard, you entrusted in my ability and my knowledge, and here we are. Just looking with a better looking beard.
Mate. Hey, it's not looking too bad at all.
I like it.
So there you have it, guys. That's Jimmy from Fineline Men's Grooming here in Bly. So if you want to jump on board and get in touch with Jimmy, it's just go to Facebook and look up Fineline Men's Grooming. You can see it on there, and I will put a link in the comments as well. So Jimmy, thanks for coming in.
No, thank you.
It's been good having a chat. I mean, we have a chat every month, and it's something that I look forward to every month.
Thank you, and that's what it should be, Ben. That's what it should be.
Exactly
so I want to extend my appreciation and gratitude for this opportunity to be here tonight, man.
No worries, mate. I think it's worth getting the message out there.
Awesome, man. And I wish the best for everybody out there as well.
Thanks very much for tuning in, and we'll be back again on Monday night. And in the meantime, have a great weekend, and we will catch you later.